Hi, I'm Dr. Jim Siebert. It's time for our tropical forecast here on YouTube. Boy, we've had kind of a busy 24 hours, so let's just get to what's kind of important right now, especially for Southeast Texas and the Houston area. Coastal flood advisory, meaning that we still could see minor flooding, parks still have water on them, maybe a few road closures. And that includes Galveston, coastal Harris County, the Bolivar Peninsula, anywhere where we've had that heavier rainfall. And that flood advisory is until 10 o'clock for tonight. Nicholas continues to slowly move away, but it continues to move. That is always good news. So we only have light showers that are going on in around Southeast Texas now. The heavy showers have pushed well to the east, and conditions just continue to slowly improve. It's still humid, it's still cloudy, some light little showers, a lot of water in many places, especially south of I-10. So we just have to be careful for the next few days, but that's kind of what's going on right now. So here's a look at it. The storm is still just kind of moving along as a tropical storm. The heavy convection has been pushing off to the east more, and so southern parts of Louisiana, they've been getting most of this from this afternoon. As we look at the radar, you can still see the circulation. It's there, not nearly as organized as it was earlier, and then you see just lighter showers, especially on the backside of this going into the western parts of the viewing area, and then Beaumont has seen some of that heavier, somewhat heavier shower activity that's moving towards Lake Charles. So all of this continues to drift off to the east, but the rainfall totals, again, incredible. We had 8 to 10 inches of rain, and we did have one area located around the Galveston area had just under 14 inches of rain over the last 2 days. And again, most of that, of course, was last night. But then, boy, you get outside of that, you know, we're talking about 2 or 3 inches, which is not a big deal. So this is where the heavy rain was, and it's going to take a while to recover from that. So as we look at what's going on with the forecast, which, by the way, has just been updated, it's expected to drop down to being a tropical depression by later tonight, and then just continues to weaken. Now, notice that the forecast is kind of more of a circle. And what that means is they're not really sure which kind of direction that it's going to go, but they do expect it to slowly move, but it's going to just take a couple of days for it to get away. Now, that's not really going to impact us that much here in Southeast Texas, because no matter what, it really kind of gives us a northwest wind for a couple of days. So we'll see maybe even a little bit of sunshine, but we'll see less rain. But unfortunately for our friends to the east, they're the ones that are going to be seeing more rainfall, but most of that I think is going to be from Mississippi to Florida. I think they're going to see even more of that. So let's take a look at that FUTURECAST. So there it goes slowly. We still see the clouds kind of sticking around, but boy, look at that instability. All that heavy rainfall pushing off to the east. So Florida, Alabama, Mississippi going to be seeing some of that, and then also still seeing showers from Lafayette in towards New Orleans, and that's not good news for our friends there, because they're still trying to recover from the Hurricane Ida. In fact, I was there over the weekend doing some relief work, and it's still just a disaster area. And so can you imagine trying to, with holes in roofs, putting tarps on roofs, and even now trying to deal with the kind of rainfall that they've had. So this is kind of insult to injury, what's been happening for those folks. So we are still just after the peak of hurricane season, and so we got more to talk about out there. First of all, let's talk about a little closer to home. This disturbance here towards the Bahamas is going to take a right-hand turn, about a 60% chance of organizing over the next 5 days, but we like to see that it is taking that turn. Then we're watching this next wave that's coming off of Africa, has a 90% chance of organizing, so we'll keep our eye on that as well. We don't really want to at this point, especially after what we've just gone through in Southeast Texas over the last 24 hours, but we will keep our eyes on this, and it is way out there, so it's got a long way to go before we really know what will happen. So that's kind of what's happening with this locally. We certainly have had, like I said, a very active 24 hours, and hopefully things will be a little bit quieter now for the rest of hurricane season for us. But it's certainly been one of those storms that we will always remember. We'll talk to you real soon.